Hey everyone, so I'm here to do another installment of my pregnancy vlog for you guys. For anyone that's interested, you can watch. If not, then I guess try to find another video. So as you guys know by now, I am a little, 21 weeks pregnant. So we recently found out what our bundle of joy is. It was just a little girl. As you guys know, like I do since finding out that I was pregnant, you know, I've been doing a lot of Google search, talking to anyone that has kids and just trying to see what they would recommend for people to do while expecting, like what books they would recommend to read and things of that sort. So today's video is just going to be about the books that I've been reading, either for my own benefit or have been reading to my bundle of joy at nighttime, just to, I don't know, I guess for the baby to get familiar with my voice. Or I mean, they say there's reasons behind why you should read to your baby while it's in the womb. I mean, they haven't been scientifically proven, but I feel like it doesn't really hurt to do it, because it gives you a chance to talk to your baby, and sometimes they will react depending on how they're feeling. I don't know, but so the first thing I'm going to talk about are the books that I read to the baby at nighttime. Like, for the most part during the week, like before going to bed, I will read 2 stories to the baby at nighttime. One of the books that they said that's been recommended to read to your uterus or your what would you call it, the utero or your fetus, whatever you want to call it. But one thing to read to the baby while it's in the womb is this Dr. Seuss book called Oh Baby, the Places You'll Go. And it's a book to be read in utero, and it looks like this. And it's a pretty thin book. It's pretty wordy, as you can see. It's you know, it has a lot of rhyming and things like that. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had a difficult time pronouncing some of these words in this Dr. Seuss book, and I was telling my best friend about it, and he was just saying, he was like, yeah, Dr. Seuss books are kind of difficult to read sometimes, because like the words that they use, and I don't know, some of the words are kind of, I've never really heard of. So I guess that's what makes his books entertaining. I don't know, but I do like the book because it just talks about the different places, different people the baby's gonna meet, and then at the end it's like a picture of the mom talking to the baby and talking about, you know, how she's excited to meet the baby and things like that. So I've read this book to my child a couple of times already, and I purchased this from Amazon. And when I Googled about, you know, different things to do for the baby while it's still in your womb, this was one of the top things that came up. Another book that came up was Goodnight Moon, and I really kind of love this book. And it's just like a book to read at nighttime for the baby. It's a lot of rhyming, of course, but it was also another recommended one, and I actually enjoy it. And sometimes when I'm reading to the baby and I'm reading Goodnight Moon, she like moves around in my belly. So maybe that means she likes the book, or just likes my voice. I know even though the baby can hear your voice, they may not be able to hear clearly what you're saying. So it's just them hearing your voice and getting used to hearing it and getting familiar with you. So I guess it's part of that whole bonding thing. So Goodnight Moon was also a good option that I picked up, and I actually like reading this book too. And I'll be reading it to the baby once she's born. And these books, when I Googled it, they recommend that you kind of read the same thing over and over, as much as you might get sick of it, but especially when they're born, to kind of read the same book over and over, because they'll kind of remind them of that sound or that wording that they heard when they were in the womb. So let's see if that works. And the final book that I bought, because I also wanted to have it for when the baby is born, so I could have like a compilation of children's stories to read, and I wouldn't have like a quadrillion books everywhere, is this 20th century children's book treasury. And it's just it looks like this. And it's a, excuse me, it's a hardcover book. It's pretty much a book that has like a bunch of different stories on here. And the mistake that I made was this book actually has Goodnight Moon in it, but I didn't realize that till when I got it and I looked at the table of contents. So, but it's fine. So the story in here that I usually read for the baby is Goodnight Moon and Chicka Chicka Boom Boom by Bill Martin Jr. And I absolutely love that story, Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. And I know my sister, that's like one of her favorite stories that she used to read to her children also. And I understand why. And it's just a book of story about the alphabet and everyone trying to make it to the coconut tree. And it's just a hilarious story. And I think the baby also enjoys that, because sometimes when I read it, she moves around. But I definitely do like Chicka Chicka Boom Boom out of here. I haven't read the other ones yet, but they have like, what stories do they have that you guys will be familiar with? They have Madeline. They have Alexandra in a Very Horrible, Terrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Everybody should be familiar with that story. Curious George. What else do they have? It's almost 300 pages worth of kid stories. So the book that I've been reading is What to Expect When You're Expecting. My sister gave me this book a little late because she couldn't find it. So I had to like skip over a lot of stuff because I actually have the app on my phone. And a lot of the stuff that my app says, it's already that I've already covered in the beginning of the book that I didn't get a chance to read. I'll have another video talking about the apps that I would recommend to have while you're pregnant to keep track of your pregnancy and what I wouldn't recommend. That's going to be a different video. But so far, a lot of the stuff in here is very informative. It kind of keeps you on your P's and Q's. And I know it's been revised and updated, so always try to get the most recently updated one. But I like the book because it breaks down your pregnancy month by month and after you're pregnant, after you've given birth. So that's the positive thing about the book, and that's called What to Expect When You're Expecting. And another thing that I also do for the baby at nighttime is play smooth jazz music, like on my Pandora, on my computer, or on my cell phone, and I put headphones on and I put it on my belly and just play it. And I don't play the volume too loud because I don't want to burst their ear out, but just loud enough. Well, I hope it's loud enough, just good enough for her to hear it. And she enjoys that because sometimes when I play it, she moves and sits at the bottom of my stomach. So I just figure, I would like to listen to smooth jazz at nighttime to calm me down and keep me calm and cool and collected, and it's kind of soothing. So I do that sometimes at nighttime during the week. But yeah, those are the books that I've been reading, either for my benefit or to try to stimulate my child's brain while she is in my belly. I hope those books were helpful. And even if you have infants or children now, those books, especially the compilation book and Goodnight Moon, and those two are definitely good books to have because it has a variety of stories on there for them to read. So hopefully this video was helpful. And if you have any questions, comments, just leave them down below. And that's it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.